I wanted to get out of this small town. I had plans, but everything changed after I got blackout drunk at a party. Pregnant at 16 with no support killed any chance I had at getting out of this place. The next 9 months were agony. I wanted to give the child away, but the process was too much to handle. Other things kept creeping up, and before I knew it, I had a 4-year-old son, and we barely scraped enough to get by. We lived near the woods, and he loved to play by the edge. I always told him never to go inside, because it was so easy to get lost. One day, when the bills started to pile up, I took him for a walk. We stopped deep inside the forest to do something I've always been too busy with. We played hide and seek. It was his favorite game. He ran off giggling as I slowly counted. His voice got further and further away. I waited a few minutes, listening to the trees. Then I walked away from my counting spot. As the hours passed, the relief turned into stress that almost broke me. At first, I thought I made the right call. This would be the best choice for the both of us. By the end of the night, I was tearing through the forest with a group of volunteers, screaming his name. By midnight, we found a small boy, covered in dirt, with an emotionless expression on his face. No one suspected what I had done. After all, children wander off all the time. But he knew. He never said so. I could just feel it. Over the next few days, I showered him with all the love I could give. I never realized how perfect his small hands were in mine, until after he was lost. It may have been guilt, or if I finally woke up to how I always felt. He acted differently. He no longer smiled or played. He held my hand tightly and acted a bit shy, receiving affection. I knew something was wrong, and yet I did nothing aside from treat him like my child. A month after he came home, I woke up in the middle of the night from a pressure on my chest. A small, dark shape sat, dark eyes glowing in the night, mouth wide, ready to devour me whole. I deserved this. I was going to accept any punishment for what I did that day. Before he acted, I reached out and put a hand on his small cheek and braced for an attack. It never came. Instead, tears flowed down his face. He wanted to rip me apart, and he would in the future. I held him close that night, both of us afraid of our futures. I'm a terrible mother. I didn't love my son and turned him into a monster. And now, my love hurts him so much.